Breathe for me, I'll breathe for you. Let's be selfish tonight. Selfish tonight. Let's be selfish. Let's not be alone. Let's be one. Greetings, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter, any of these aspects in Vedic sidereal. You guys, your Western tropical chart was from the man-made calendar. It's not actually correct. Your Vedic sidereal chart is what your sun truly is, what your moon truly is, and your moon, the nakshatra, is actually what people look at in Vedic sidereal. So I really strongly encourage you guys to look up your Vedic sidereal chart. I've also heard it described that the Western is kind of like the model, your Chevy, your Ford, and the Vedic sidereal is the engine inside and its parts. So all that being said, Taurus, let's get started with your cards. The rune off the bat that I pulled for you guys is Dagas, which is all about the dawn. This is about enlightenment. This is about, so in Norse and runes, there is Vili, Ve, and Odin. So there's 3 tiers of the runes, and this rune is of the 3rd tier. This is of the higher mind, the higher self. This is all about balancing your masculine and your feminine poles within the self. It's about taking something and transforming it into its opposite. A good example of this I like to think of many years ago, I lived with one of my boyfriends, and I actually kicked him out of the house entirely because I caught him smoking pot in the garage. And I was like, oh my gosh, how dare you? You lied to me, this, that, and the other. And I was super against it. And like a few months later, I became a huge pothead myself. And I'm sober now, and I don't use any external substances. But I just thought it was really funny because I completely, flipped from one side to the other. So Taurus, this is a time in your life when you're being asked to flip from one side to the other. This is additionally about processes or concepts becoming fully realized, remembering that time is an illusion that once realized is lovingly embraced nonetheless. This is all about your paradoxical truths, just as I shared with that. This is about having a complete paradigm shift, cataclysmic change in your life. This is the gift of Odin, of inspiration, of the higher mind coming in, the breaking of the dawn, enlightenment, something illuminating, something awakening within, synthesis of the opposites, the male and the feminine within. This is a burst of light at a moment of illumination, which Satori is what it's known as. This is a great potency for present awareness and for future growth. Taurus, this is many truths existing complementary to one another when you realize that every truth holds a half-truth. Every truth is only half true. So every false thing is only half false. When you can synthesize the right and the left dynamics and integrate a divine union within, this is all about the spacious stillness. All truth resounds in the spacious stillness, remaining when questioning in the mind is released. So when you stop questioning things and there's just an acceptance, an air of beingness with everything, this is understanding that darkness is not darkness, it's actually a quality of the light. This is understanding that the moon is merely a reflection of the sun's light. There are no opposites, only polarities. Fire and air, blue and white are the colors. Tiger's eye is the stone. Here's some tiger's eye. Tiger's eye would be powerful for you guys. This is all about constraint, deeper change for the betterment of things, being protected by the light. Balance is promoting strength in your own inner harmony. This is about sunstone, the birch tree, the oak tree, the rooster crowing at dawn, fulfillment after the initiatory path. So I like this for you guys. We see the dawn in the background behind that final mountain. So I also like to look at this card and realize, you might have had smaller mountains where you thought this was it, this was it, this was it. And then the breaking of the dawn. Then finally there is the mountain. There's the one revealed by the fire and air. And we see the one eye. It's beautiful, all the stones. I think of the magician's circle with that fire. Powerful, powerful stuff here. With the orange and the yellow, there is a huge call to the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. There's also a huge call to the third eye and the throat, communicating what is enlightened, integrating it with the solar and the sacral, your willpower, your sex center. There's a mayfly flying around, so may come in and join us. Mayfly, for Taurus, for May. All right, now when I pulled my horse oracle cards, you guys got so many of them, but they all are so potent, especially the mystical one, because it fits perfectly with the rune of Dagus, which is the number 23, which adds up to a 5, which 5s are all about challenges, but really more so I like to think of them like puzzles. So it's like solving a puzzle, and then you solve it with the breaking of the dawn. So the mystical, the vastness of purpose and the energies of the universe are before you at this time, Taurus. What was once mundane and straightforward now seems to be full of mystery. Your understanding of the mystical energies is now deepening within you. You feel expansive and at one with the vibrations of your energy and of all creation. Cleanse all of your thoughts and convert all of your energy to the greater good at this time, Taurus. The profound and the understood are becoming more familiar and clear to you as you embrace your own clarity within. Remain in every present moment and stay in full contact with your own inner self. Centering is going to be really important for you. You're being challenged to recognize yourself as the master creator of every moment in your life. So take full responsibility of all that you put out energetically as you move through your world, Taurus, and as you move into this next phase of life. The mystical truth is to believe and hold that others and your own self are already whole, perfect, and complete, that no one needs to be fixed. Hold that everything is unfolding before you with divine inspiration and divine time, with divine ease. So mote it be. And I always like to say things, it is done, it is done, it is done by the power of 3, so mote it be. Again, with the Magician's Circle, the Trinity, the Divine 3. It's just powerful numbers for you guys. Next, we have uniqueness with the zebras. I like this. Taurus, it's time for you to honor and celebrate your differences from the crowd right now. You are different. Even if it's not fully appreciated in your present circumstances, you need to honor the individual within you and let it shine. Laughing at yourself and celebrating your own offbeat way of handling situations is your best path right now. Be open to considering the more conservative requests that are being made of you. Between the norm of your uniqueness, between the norm and between your uniqueness may be your best trail. So having balance here, just as the rune Dagas said with the 5, you may be going through some challenges. I know we're in quarantine, so maybe you're quarantined with people, you're having to live within their limitations, you're having to live within limitations of not being able to travel, etc., etc. It's asking that you find a middle path right now, Taurus. Much that is before you will require your own unique steps and your own unique point of view. Council also shares, however, that some of your actions may need to be more of the middle of the road. See how you can blend the two. So having like a marrying of the two, which if we look at the symbol for Dagus, it's like this. So it's like a figure 8, but a figure 8 of triangles. So it's balancing the poles. So Taurus, I'm seeing like some of you guys, one side is like this and then the other side's like this. So you have like a small and then you have like a larger one. So it's asking that you put more, there's a need for more reciprocity, more give and take. And you'll find that as you put more balance into things, and this is all about balancing the lower chakras, the sacral center, which is our sex center, with our solar plexus, which is where that sex center really pulls up. So it's like getting the free flow, awakening the kundalini, pulling that into our willpower, our creative center, being able to communicate that clearly, but also being able to connect it with Odin. Remember, we have Vili, Ve, and Odin, and Dagus is a rune of Odin, so something of the higher self, some illumination being pulled in to you, and allowing the lower half and the upper half to marry somewhere in the middle at the heart, so you can express in your own unique way, Taurus. See how you can blend the two for the greater good on your journey ahead. You have the obvious, Taurus. The solution that you're seeking is in the obvious. It's not in the obscure. You have been focused on the minutiae. These have been a great distraction from the inherent truth right before your eyes. So Taurus, there's something that's like blaringly true right in front of you, and you're just like not looking at it, or you're questioning it, or you're just not fully like realizing it. So there is a like a thin sheet, like a film over the truth here that's kind of like fogging things. You're being challenged right now to relax in the face of confusion and to trust that everything is unfolding before you as it should. So mote it be. You guys, you're getting all the cards with so mote it be. By the power of 3, so mote it be. Taurus, allow the obvious to form the picture, and the truth and all the answers will come to the forefront, and wisdom and with grace. The nature of the answer is one of great proportion, and it will not be missed. Allow yourself to trust, allow yourself to relax, stop seeking, so that the answer may appear right before you, because it's already there, it's in the obvious, Taurus. And then lastly, we have go within. To walk alone is part of your journey. Trust your inner knowingness to guide you, Taurus. This is your own walk. This is your personal journey. Your destination must remain open and unknown to you at this time. Take the time to look within you. Do not rush. Do not create distractions. You're being asked to steadily keep walking one foot in front of the other, breathing in deeply and fully, finding your way one solitary step at a time. Each step you take will further you into the unknown for right now, Taurus. Trust that you will be protected and you will be shown the way deep within. Allow yourself to be strong and do not spook easily from others. You are surrounded by even more protection than you could possibly be aware of, Taurus. Take every step away from the chaos and your usual means of support. Go within yourself. Only there will the lesson reveal itself so that you can rejoin the herd. All right, Taurus, I like those for you guys. Let's see what the tarot has for you. I already shuffled everything. We have at the bottom the High Priestess. Okay, so it could be dealing with a Pisces. The High Priestess you see here, she has the pomegranate, she has, the fruit, she has the wisdom of the white owl coming in to let her know the divine feminine, the crone mother, giving her that ancient wisdom, and then she has the scroll. So Taurus, journaling, writing your dreams will be really powerful. We have that third eye opening here, coming in. Again, the owl is going to be a really powerful totem and spirit animal for you guys in this time. Ask yourself in your dreams to see the white owl. Ask the white owl to come to you. Ask the white owl to show you the way. Ask the white owl. So mote it be. Ooh. All right, Taurus. Interesting. We got Five of Swords in reverse, crossed by Justice. So the Five of Swords, he's just come out of battle. I thought a card flipped. That was weird. Five of Swords, he's all by himself. He just came out of battle, but the issue is he's all by himself. So it's kind of one of those things where you're like, you kind of fight for your right for something, but you realize at the end of it, you're like, oh, I'm all alone. Was this really worth it? No man can survive on an island by himself. No man's an island. No man's an island. What is that song? No man's an island. Ooh. Taurus. 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 Woo. I'm going to ask for some clarifying cards for this. We're going to go to my Salvador Dali deck. Just going to throw the cards everywhere, Taurus. All right, so you have Five of Swords with Justice crossing you. He's got all these swords. He has all of his guards up. He's full of self-preservation. He's reserving. It's like the Four of Pentacles on crack, basically. Now, it's in reverse because you're, sick of this. This is exhausting. It's exhausting to constantly be, defending yourself, to constantly have your guards up. This could be, little bickerings with the people that you're in quarantine with or whatever. So it's like, this isn't working for you. So you just, concave this energy inward. And so now there's a repressed energy in you that's still at a level of a 5, which is all about challenges and requiring you to change. The thing about 5 is it's when the frog wasn't put in lukewarm water bringing to a boil. This is when the frog was put in water that the frog knows is too hot. And so the frog is like, I gotta get out, it's too hot. So that's the plus side of the 5s, is it's going to push you into a change because the world, it's like a catalyst. The 5s are all about catalysts. Now it's crossing you as Justice. So the situation that you're in, it's not fair. It could be dealing with a Libra, someone with Libra in them. But with the Justice, it's like you're wanting balance. We see the yin and the yang, the stira and the sukha. Stira and sukha is the balance between ease and effort. And so you might be realizing with the Five of Swords, you're putting too much effort into something and it's exhausting because you're not receiving. There's no reciprocity here. So you're exhausted in something. Sources are depleted. You're just feeling like you're not getting fed what you really deserve. You want this nourishment. You want the balance. And we have the purple, the mystery, the esoteric, the mystical. You're getting fed more from that. I would highly suggest amethyst, a really powerful crystal for you guys to work with, and lepidolite. Lepidolite will be really good for any PTSD, trauma, resentment, bitterness, releasing anger, releasing that Five of Swords energy. Lepidolite will be really powerful for you guys. So Taurus, if you're into crystals, I highly suggest that. With the white, selenite, danburite. I really like my danburite. Love to put that on my third eye. Selenite, my wands, I grid my home at opposite corners, so you may want to grid your room. I put tourmaline in opposing corners and then selenite in opposing corners. So with the Justice and the Five of Swords in reverse, you are giving up this challenging energy and you are moving towards your justice. Subconsciously, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So you're thinking about love, but it's not at the forefront of your mind. So it's there, but you're not communicating it. When it's in reverse, you're holding it into yourself. You have feelings towards someone, but you're not acting on it. You're not speaking on it. You're keeping it to yourself. With that Five of Swords in reverse, again, you're holding things in. So Taurus, there's a lot of energy of holding things in right now. But with the rune of Dagus, which is 23, adds up to a 5, it's not going to allow you to do that anymore. And we see that because your future energy is the wheel. And the wheel of fortune is fate. It's karma. It's saying it doesn't matter what you hold in. The Five of Swords, you're holding things in. Ace of Cups, you're holding back on love. Your past energy is the Ace of Swords, so you're holding back on speaking feelings of love that you subconsciously have. The Ace of Cups is here. The Ace of Cups is in your subconscious. There is love here. There are deep feelings here, but you're holding them back. You're not speaking on them. You're keeping them to yourself in your subconscious. You're storing away. You're thinking about it. See these two fish? They're swimming around the cup. They're swimming around it, they're looking at it, but you're holding this in. Now your past energy, the Ace of Swords, we see the two eagles moving around the sword. It's someone that you could spar with intellectually, but again, you're staying quiet, you're not speaking on this. This is in the past, remember. So in the past energy, there's something that you weren't speaking on. Maybe you weren't speaking on a truth with a roommate, you weren't speaking your truth with family, you weren't speaking your truth in a business endeavor. There was somewhere where you weren't fully speaking your truth. You were keeping things, we see the clouds, you're keeping it in the clouds. You're keeping it foggy. And this is because your higher self, what's crowning you is the Two of Pentacles. We all know the Two of Pentacles is all about juggling. He is on this little unicycle thing and he's trying to hold these two coins. He's trying to juggle two things. So Taurus, you're at a point where you're trying to juggle multiple things and the universe is going to make one of those things topple. It's going to make you commit and choose one thing because that's what will need to happen, Taurus. So you are being pushed in the space of juggling. You're in a juggling act right now. You're trying to make some decisions. You may feel kind of frazzled. It's hard for you to really focus and, you're trying to get clarity on something, but you can't get clarity in a Two of Pentacles space, but you want to. So you're trying to, but what's going to help with the clarity is speaking your truth, turning this Ace of Swords in reverse. What's going to help you is letting yourself tap into this cup of love, going into it. Your future energy, like I said, is the wheel. This is Jupiter's wheel. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. The wheel is also Saturn. So with Jupiter and Saturn here, it's like you're going to expand on these hard lessons from Father Saturn, Father Time, Kronos. And it's going to happen. So because on your path energy, your energy is the Four of Swords in reverse. The Four of Swords is all about just resting, healing. It's a spiritual healing. It's like, don't call me, I'm healing, I'm just relaxed, I'm resting. The Four of Swords is why your Ace of Cups is in reverse and why your Ace of Swords is in reverse, because you were this Four of Swords, but now it's in reverse because the wheel has come in to move and has said that now the Four of Swords, upright, or in reverse, is saying that it's time for you to not rest anymore. It's time for you to take action. It's time for you to stop holding back on something. It's time for you to take action. Your environment is the Ten of Cups in reverse. So there's someone who feels like they have a missed opportunity with you, or there's someone who feels like they really saw a Ten of Cups with you, but because you're Ace of Cups in reverse, it's like maybe the feelings are mutual, but because you didn't speak on it, because you're not expressing it, this person is like thinking of moving on because they're like, okay, well, I flirted, I did my part, I showed them that I can be stable, I showed them that I want this, and they're not taking it. Or, there's some sort of dissonance here, and it comes from a lack of communication because Taurus is over here juggling. You're over here juggling. And you want justice. Now in your hopes, dreams, and fears, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So you want to advance in your work. You want to advance. You want to create. We see he's looking at these papers meticulously. He wants to make something here. He wants to move forward with something here. He's, thinking hard about it. He's got a few pentacles on the table. He's made a couple different plans. He has some of his pentacles above him because the Eight of Pentacles has already created a small foundation with the Seven. The Seven is all about, all right, she planted the crops, the trees are growing, and now she's waiting for the fruit. She's with her basket. Her basket's empty, but she planted the fruit tree and she sees the tree is growing and now she's waiting for the fruit. So the Eight of Pentacles is what you know, what you're going to make of that fruit, how you're going to multiply that fruit, how you're going to expand the business, how you're going to expand the relationship. 8s are also all about balance. So this is about learning how to balance yourself and how to balance instead of juggle, because you can't come into union with another person or with an authentic career, Taurus, until you stop juggling things. So there's a need here to get some clarity and to stop juggling. So Taurus, your outcome here is the, oh, I hate this. Lots of 9s. Well, you have 9, 6, 9, so lots of exponentials here. They're all in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse. Now, the best card here is the 9 of Swords in reverse, because 9 of Swords in reverse says that you're having nightmares about something, you can't sleep, you're staying up way past your bedtime, you're just disheveled. We see that. 2 of Pentacles. You're all over the place, but the wheel here is turning, and so with the wheel turning, you will be able to put in more of a focus on this 8 of Pentacles energy, and you will be able to pop that 9 of Swords sucker in reverse, so you will be able to overcome these. However, with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, you know, at first I was going to say the 9 of Pentacles may be in reverse because the 9 of Pentacles is seen as the single card, so it could be Taurus, you're not going to be single anymore, you're definitely moving towards a relationship, which is why the 9 of Pentacles, the single card, is going in reverse, because it's time for you to step into a union. However, we got the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 6 of Pentacles is all about equal give and take and reciprocity, and we see you're rejecting that in reverse. You're keeping that to yourself, you're keeping something to yourself. So there's an energy here of holding things in to yourself. So I'm going to ask for clarity from my Dolly deck on the 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles, which are both in reverse. So clarify the 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles for Taurus. Clarify the 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles for Taurus. And Taurus, you also have to understand that this is just if you play out the energy as it is. You know, that's why these readings are so cool, because you can see the outcome if you don't change anything. If you keep this Ace of Cups, if you keep this love to yourself, if you keep the Ace of Swords, if you keep your truth, your highest truth in your communication, your highest truth in your love, if you keep that to yourself, then you're not going to have reciprocity. You're not going to have the 9 of Pentacles, which is about, you know, single living and being all fruitful. We have the Lovers in reverse and the Devil. All right, Taurus, I mean, it could be that you're denying a Gemini and you're moving towards a Capricorn. Hopefully that's the case. But I mean, also, we could just say with the Lovers in reverse and the Devil, you're allowing something else, like an addiction. You're allowing limiting beliefs. You're allowing thoughts of the devil, which are things that keep you small, keep you living small, keep you living in a controlled aspect. The devil's all about controlling things. And, you know, I was just saying in the Aries reading, love is appreciation, not possession. So there could be something here where, you know, you're like, here is kind of like the it's like giving and then pulling back, And so with that, you're not going to be able to really cultivate a space of love, Taurus. Love doesn't work that way. Love gives because it wants to give. Love gives from its overflowing cup. You know, it has the overflowing cup, the saucer. So with the Devil here, I just have to say, I mean, he's like stabbing the butterfly and he's jumping off the cliff. He's like killing the butterfly and he's jumping over the edge. And at the Lovers here in reverse, I mean, we see all this beautiful energy of love and this red between them. We see the Kundalini serpent, the Kundalini rising between them. And we see, again, he has this stake. He has his pitchfork through the butterfly. So it's like there is an energy, Taurus, of piercing through the freedom of the butterfly and not allowing the butterfly to really fly free. There's an energy of control here. There's an energy of, you know, almost, it's all self-preservation. It's really, the Devil energy here, I really feel, is from self-preservation. And from this space, love cannot cultivate. Love cannot expand. Love cannot be born from this space, Taurus. So you just have to ask yourself, what do you want in life? Do you want to have love? And if you don't, then, you know, that's your choice. It's totally your choice. But Taurus, if you want to heal, If you really want love, then you need to pop this Ace of Cups upright. You need to extend that offer. You need to communicate. You need to come out of the space of lethargy and just like healing and resting and going around. You need to speak up. You need to take action. You need to do this 8 of Pentacles. You need to really sit and think, and you need to take action on something. You need to stop juggling that 2 of Pentacles. You need to stop juggling here, and you need to make a choice with that Justice card. What's crossing you is justice. The need for justice is crossing you, Taurus. So there is a strong need for that. And otherwise, you know, we got the Lovers in reverse, and you're choosing the Devil. You're choosing, you know, it's comfortable. This is the frog that is put in lukewarm water, slowly bringing to a boil. So perhaps, you know, Taurus, it's saying some of my Tauruses just aren't really wanting to go for a relationship. They would rather, you know, jump off the ledge and stab the butterfly and not let the butterfly fully flowered come into fruition here with love. But Taurus, it doesn't have to be that way. You have these cards. Whenever you have cards, I'm a full believer that you always have the possibility to manipulate them and allow them to be turned either upright or in reverse. So in this case, Taurus, it is your choice. If you want to have, right now you have the Lovers in reverse and the Devil upright. It's your choice if you want to pop these and have the Lovers upright and put the Devil in reverse. But to do that, you have to put your own inner demons to rest. To do that, you have to stop juggling between your thoughts, your insecurities, your whatever's impeding you and holding you back from really fully choosing love, Taurus. And so I'm just going to inspire you guys to choose love, but I can't make you guys make that choice, and everyone has their different healing journey. So Taurus, I love you guys. We'll see what the May reading has for you. Again, this is just the end of April, so you know, it may just be this time, this energy that you're moving through, but for a lot of my Tauruses right now, there is definitely a feeling of strong self-preservation. And again, for some of my Tauruses, they're letting that Devil win. Although I will say again, for some of my Tauruses, it's just that you're saying no to a Gemini and you're saying yes to a Capricorn or someone who has Capricorn in them. And for that, that's cool. That's great. I love that. You know, you're making choices here. So yeah, there's different stories for everyone. But I love you guys, and I'll see you shortly for your May readings.